Imagine that Ben Roethlisberger had made a crappy animated short movie and had won an Oscar as a Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback this year. Do you think that his nomination would have gone unnoticed? Or do you think he would have been crushed because he was trying to win an Oscar in a MeToo era after he had had allegations of sexual assault levied against him before? And if he then won an Oscar, would there not be tons of pieces written about how this is an example of what white men can do? They can still be politically viable and win an Oscar even after they've been accused of rape in a MeToo era. He would be crushed beyond belief. I doubt that he would have ever been nominated, and certainly if he had won, the usual suspects at Woke Center would have written all these takes about how this is evidence of white men not having to answer for their power over the powerless, and about how Ben Roethlisberger can re-enter the mainstream even though he's got these allegations against him. Yet Ben Roethlisberger wasn't even charged with a crime. He's not from Los Angeles. They didn't retire 2 different jerseys for him at the Staples Center, not 1 but 2, and he didn't win an Oscar. The victimization pyramid only allows white men to be responsible for everything right now. Because as soon as you start to rope in minority men, then some minority women aren't willing to climb on that train. They say, wait a minute, I don't believe that Kobe actually raped that girl. Why don't you believe it? Well, because he's black. That's the truth of the matter, which is, by the way, racist. But as soon as you try to expand Me Too to include all men, it doesn't fly. You have to basically just throw white men to all of the wrongdoing. White men are the cause of everything that exists that's wrong in society today. The minute that you expand beyond white men, you lose minority women. Because they're saying, wait a minute, why are you picking on Kobe Bryant? Wait a minute, Kobe Bryant's a proud black man. He didn't do anything wrong. The minute that you start including minorities, Me Too collapses. Because by and large, Me Too isn't just about women getting their voices. It's about tearing down white men who are all evil in the minds right now of the media. That, my friends, is the truth. So you have to think about the pyramid of victimization. At the top of the pyramid of victimization is minority women. They have been victimized for a long time. The brutalizer, the blame always goes to white men. Now, some of you are saying Bill Cosby. Yeah, I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true at all. I'm saying that's the way the media covers it, is that Kobe Bryant gets a pass on what he did because he's got athlete privilege and because he's got black guy privilege. And everybody out there just wants to focus on white guy privilege. I'm not saying it's accurate. I'm saying there's lots of men who have done wrong things, but we don't focus on that. We only focus on white men. Kobe gets to avoid getting Me Too'd. He gets to avoid what happened to Ryan Seacrest. He gets to avoid what happened to James Franco. He gets to avoid what happened to Casey Affleck. And he gets to avoid even being connected to Harvey Weinstein. The minute that I start to say, you know what? There's a lot of similarities between Kobe and Harvey Weinstein. They're both in Los Angeles. They both were dominating women who were much less sophisticated than they were in terms of their political power and capital. And bang, Kobe even got charged with rape. Kobe Bryant literally had zero consequences other than the fact that he had to go out and buy a really expensive diamond ring for his wife. Kobe Bryant may well have gotten away with rape, certainly seems to have admitted that he did, in fact, get away with rape if you read his actual comments. Again, this is Kobe Bryant. I recognize now that she did not and does not view this incident the same way I did. After months of reviewing Discovery, listening to her attorney, and even her testimony in person, I now understand how she feels she did not consent to this encounter. If you understand that she feels she didn't consent to the encounter, then you raped her. Because if you don't consent to an encounter, we have a word for what that is. That's called rape. All right. That is my feelings on Kobe. That is a incredible breakdown. I would encourage you guys to share. Stay woke. Use your brain. Apply logic. Root out hypocrisy. That's what I do. The Oscars were a hypocritical opportunity for Hollywood to appear to be doing something that they were not actually doing. They were just telling you that white men are evil. They did not want to extend that to anybody but white men. That's the truth. And they got exposed because they gave Kobe Bryant an Oscar at the MeToo Oscars. It was Woke Center brought to you at the Dolby Theater.